Right, this is the number 22. It's going to be 22 and 2222. So it's going to be double two or a quadruple two. Two is also the wisdom. So in 22, that's beloved mother, so it's a feminine energy who dwells in the smoke, who presides over the most difficult transitions. This is about transitioning and going toward the light. All souls, all beings have this inner longing for the light. Okay, for this light. It's like a moth to a flame. Okay, and until we actually become and are absorbed all through and through with this light. She who knows that certain endings are unavoidable, they are necessary predecessors to radical reinvention. Her presence brings the message that through disappointment, defeat, or loss, and the negative repercussions of such experiences may cause suffering for a time, they will not limit your future happiness. Your trust must be unconditional at this time. So this is a transition time of complete trust in the universe, in spiritual knowing. And later you shall see that everything has worked out for the absolute best. I also got another card for clarification for that before we go into it. 22 is the transition card from 21, the world card, to the full card, 0. So it's definitely that place of knowing whether you're physically dying and coming to life, which is that transition period of knowing, or you're having a spiritual death rebirth. There's also a period of knowing that in that transition. That's the 22. 41, Krishna, is a clarification of this, and there's the twins. Okay. And so this would be 2222. Okay. This is where it's combining. Okay. There's a spiritual intelligence in your soul. It is the genius of becoming, of ripening from potential into glorious manifestation. Intimate communion with your own heart will reveal what it is you truly yearn for and set the process in motion for that yearning to be satisfied, which the holy fire is Kali, that light. Which is within your soul. So you follow within, and then you also see it without. Follow the yearning, seek the light. That's Krishna. Okay. So 22 is that transition period of knowing, and there is a twin concept here that needs to be acknowledged at some point for this. Now, I asked for the 22 to kind of give us, we have personal identification with that number, but to give us an overall overview. The light itself, the source, does not have verbiage. It holds the words, it holds the numbers, it holds that meaning for us. So to give us information on that, this is humanity, this is the light within us, and these are the beautiful gold birds. So I don't even know if you can see that, but don't worry about it. Okay. The Page of Wands is the action that needs to be taken. So it's a very small action. Okay. And this is also clarification of the number itself of 22. Okay. So that is the first exploration. You've gone past some kind of a long cycle, and it is time to wander. It is time to go through what you know, or what you've learned. It's not necessarily taking that test on what you've learned, but it is feeling that inner knowing within you and being able to utilize that and just go ahead and take that motion in your physical life. The Four of Cups here is a clarifier for that. So with this Four of Cups, that is also completion. 4 is 2, 2. So you've got your 2 over here and your 2 over here. So there is a completion. It's not combined, but there's a completion here. So you've got a twin. And then we have the twin over here in this card. So I hope this is making sense to everybody, where these twos are coming from. Okay. So you have a physical twin. or a spiritual twin. There is a twin that is not fully combined. Okay, it still has two heads. You both have equal amounts of something to be that twin. Okay. In this transition period. Okay, in this knowing period. So there's a movement within this. And then to clarify that, I have the Eight of Pentacles, which is just telling me, and that of course is the infinity sign as well. But that eight is that part of the full energy. There's actually you can't see it because it's in the spiritual realm, but there's actually a hole right here in that center, that dot. And that is that dot space of combining. Eight of Pentacles. There's a mastery that has happened between you and a twin, a certain mastery. Okay. So something has happened. And we're going to go ahead and go in to see what your resources are for this. This is just mainly a clarification of the number 22, but what are your resources, right? Okay, I've got the Seven of Swords here. The Seven of Swords is, it's a thought process that's kind of gone. Somebody's taken a thought and pulled it out the extra mile. And once you start walking that extra mile, you might as well finish that extra mile, right? There is some kind of, the resource is that someone has either stolen from you or you have taken. In the end, it doesn't matter. I know this sounds terrible. You probably want to stop listening to that right now. This is not a personal read, okay? Imagine this as being thoughts that have been taken or something, but it's a resource, okay? It's a resource in this bigger reason, okay? And so, clarifying the Seven of Swords, this is usually kind of like the thief in the night, but in this one, this is this the left hip? It is a focus on, and usually negative. It's usually futile. It usually needs to stop at this point. Okay, so I've got that with that the Five of Swords. So something happened in the fives. Something happened through Mars that has kind of, that energy has kind of been sticking around, and that's some kind of a resource, but it is a betrayal. It's a feeling like something's been taken. Okay, here's the deal though. We've got a twin here. We've got equal resources. Someone takes other resources, but this is your resource. You can take back your own resources at any point. All right, we're clarifying this with the Emperor. The Emperor can actually see into the window of the two. There's a window there at Chakma, at Wisdom. The Emperor can see that and make a decision. So it's making a decision without it being in your physical reality. So a decision needs to be made. So this is the action that's taken place. Take authority over your words. This is your resource. Taking authority over your words through something that has been taken, stolen, through some betrayal. Take authority in your words. It's like taking your power back. And there's justice here. Okay. This is going to balance it out. There's some kind of a karmic effect going on that needs to be balanced. Someone has taken somebody else's resources where it should have been equal. There is a karmic effect going on in this transition that's keeping somebody from going through a full transition, which that transition needs to happen in order to expand. There needs to be some type, or there is, I mean, the universe will do it anyway. There's a spiritual justice coming in for acknowledgement and but it needs to be spoken. Like, search your heart is what this one is saying. Search your heart. The actual ultimate is this being part of this fire, right? This birthing, knowing, this, all of it, because it brings duality into non-duality. It brings all the missing pieces and missing components. And it helps in understanding, and things like that through time and through knowing. Instead of the power just being in the now, the power can be at any point. And it's trying to bring that authority. It's saying you have the resources, you have the authority to speak about a truth, about a karmic balance, about balancing things out, okay? About something that's been taken. Now, this isn't what 22 means like all together. I think it's mainly giving an example of this transition, of your power in a transition, on what you can do regarding things that have happened. Okay. So that's your resource is, and then what happens after that? That's what you're supposed to do. Or this is like guidance on it. Once you have spoken your truth, move forward, go fast. Don't look behind you, just go fast. Go whatever that direction is that you have found in your heart that you want to go toward, and it's light centered. And I'm not talking about, like new agey light or whatever. This is the light within you. This is the knowing. This is the life within you that you are moving on with, that you are taking with you very fast energy. And so there's definitely a message that, and this is your guidance, so this is a message that you are bringing, okay, out to the universe or into the world. Clarifying that, I have the Lovers card. The Lovers is a choice of combining together, from 2 to 1. And then, see, here I have just 2. They're not combined. This is a definite separation. This is actually, and this is choosing to combine. So, equal resources, lost resources, combined resources. Something's going on here in this transition to move you in a better direction. Combine however you feel necessary or you see fit, but there is a twin energy that absolutely at some point will need to be combined. So this is your choice during this transition of this 22. An easy way to say this is, let's say somebody you love passed away, right? Somebody you love, it was equal give and take. You love them very much, both generous, both loving, compassionate, a lot of humanity there, right? And then they die. Something happens. You feel betrayed. You feel lost. You feel like something's been taken from you. When in the reality is their soul, when they transition, has a choice to combine with yours. And you choose to combine with their soul. So they become a part of you. Does that make sense? I hope this makes sense. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go in. What happens when you make the choice to move fast, to go ahead, to do that combining, no matter the pain or the hurt in the past? Now, I really need to clarify this because there are different levels here. If there's anything with toxicity or abuse or anything like that, I am not talking about that. Do not. No. This is kind of a spiritual understanding, knowing, and taking that information on a spiritual level. Okay. And using it in your physical world, in your own manifestation. So, yeah, if someone has purposely been treacherous, there would be a lot of different types of cards on here that are not showing up, and the other ones that are showing up are showing mainly if there is a, if there was, if there was something to where there was something treacherous, then speaking your truth brings karmic balance. Okay. And then that would be the end of it. And then there would be some kind of a, you wouldn't personally go back to whatever this was, but there would be some kind of a combined energy spiritually taking place here that brings your resources back to you. Okay. So I just wanted to make that clear because I'm like, okay, I don't want to be in those waters. The outcome is the Page of Swords, which is a new beginning, a new truth that comes out of this. And that new truth, clarification, is the Ten of Cups. So you have the Ten of Cups here, which is satiation of feeling of emotion, of love, generosity, humanity, opening of the heart, a carved out space, a space of well-being, peace, love, and joy. This is very, this isn't about being excited for a day. This is an internal, constant feeling of love, peace, and joy within you. So that's the outcome of this. And that is, wow, that's the 22. Okay, love you guys. Bye.